Hey y'all. Okay, so I just thought that I would come on and do my makeup real fast. So, let's see how long this is going to take me. I already did concealer underneath my eyes, and I put a little bit of this orange splash liquid lipstick in the color Smashing. It's an orange color. I put a little bit of that underneath because I have really bad dark circles. So that's just a little bit of color correcting that I can do with something I have on hand. You're going to want something that's orange to counteract the red. Or the blue that's underneath your eyes. You can use red too. So now I'm going to do my eyes, and let's see what colors I'm going to use. I'm going to use some of the pressed shadows. This is a customizable palette. You can choose 4 shades. There's Satin Metallic, Shimmer, and Mattes. These are satin colors. So I'm going to be using these today. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my throat. Sometimes in the morning it's kind of crazy. Okay, so your transition shade should be about 2 shades lighter than your skin. I don't think this one's that much lighter, but we're going to use it. So you're just going to put that all over your eyelid. You want something to stick to your primer. I've already put primer on, but you want something to stick to your primer. And then you'll be blending on top of it, so you don't want to try to blend on top of primer because it's not going to work. Okay, so, sorry. I think I may need a little more on this one. And these shadows are very, very pigmented. I'll show you on the next color how much I'm getting. Or I could actually do it here. I'm just tapping it, and look, like you get a lot of powder on just a little bit of tapping. Like they're highly, highly, highly pigmented. All of our colors are highly pigmented. Let's see. I'm going to use a crease brush and go in with this pink right here, which is Hesitant. The first color I used was Astute, and it's a matte. This is a satin, and it's the color Hesitant. It's like a little pink color. I like to coordinate what I'm wearing with my makeup, or coordinate my makeup with what I'm wearing, I guess. You're going to start with light colors and go to dark. So I'm just going to do this right here in the crease. Right there. I'm just going to work it back and forth. You're not really going to be able to see it very much because it's such a light color. If I used this as my transition shade, then you would really be able to see it. But I just need something on top of that brown that I put on there to kind of work with. Okay, so now I'm going to use this color, which is Agile. It's like a light purple color. So I'm just going to get a little bit of this. This is also a satin. You're going to want matte colors usually as your transition. You could use a satin, but you don't want anything glittery to be up there. And wherever you start with your brush is where most of the product's going to be. So if you want a lot of product in the middle, then that's where you would start and then work back and forth. Usually you want more product at the end. Sometimes I start in the middle, sometimes I start up here and kind of work down and then go across. It's just whatever. This is quick and easy. Look. You could get fancier if you wanted. This brush is really not good for blending. It's just good for placing color. I'll get the blending brush in just a minute. Okay, so now that I have that color on, I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to get a big fluffy blending brush and try to blend that together. And make sure Patrick's not waking up. Okay, can you see how it's different? One looks a lot more blended, and I'm a little heavier handed than I should be. I'm working on it. But mine tends to look a little splotchy because I'm so heavy handed. So if you're heavy handed, then your makeup's gonna look splotchy. And your hand's gonna get tired. You kind of want to blow this out. You don't want to have like dark lines anywhere. And I do my eye makeup before I do my foundation, because if I make a mess, like right here, if I want to clean this up, then I can. I don't have to worry about messing up my foundation or fallout or any of that. Okay, so that looks even enough to me. So now I'm going to put these colors up, and I'm thinking I'm going to go with the metallic because I can't handle myself with these metallics. Okay, so for the metallic shades, you're going to want to use one of the flatter, I call it a packing brush. I don't know what other people call it. This is just an e.l.f. brush. It says eyeshadow brush on it, so I don't know. But it's really stiff. It's a stiffer brush and a little firmer. You could use a cream shadow brush. You could use the angle shadow brush. Just something that's a little stiffer that you can pick up the product with. Okay, so this is the color Antsy, and it's a metallic. And I'm just going to pat this on my eyelid. I love these metallics, y'all. Like, these shadows came out, and I was like, I need them all. Like, I can't even pick. And if you buy it in the quad, you ultimately buy 3 eyeshadows and get 1 free. Because the savings on the quad equals up to the price of one of the shadows. Who doesn't love a free shadow? I mean, really, these things are amazing. So you could technically just get all 4 of the colors that I wore today in a palette. Wouldn't that just be amazing? You can mix and match. They pop out, like they'll have a little hole in the bottom. They're magnetic. You can buy one of the big palettes from Amazon and put all of your colors on it if you wanted to. It's awesome. Oops. Okay, I'm going to do eyebrows, and I'm going to do something different today. I haven't used this yet for eyebrows, but I'm going to today because I've been thinking that this color right here, Gullible, would be a good color for eyebrows, so we're going to see. Because the brow palette that I have is a little too dark. I don't need quite so much pigment on my eyebrows. I don't really have much of an eyebrow, so I kind of have to draw the majority of it in. And the colors that I have are a little too dark. And I just realized that I have been doing it wrong. Like, I've been caring so much what my eyebrows look like and trying to make them match. I just watched a makeup artist the other day. That girl's eyebrows were like all kinds of jacked up. She had one that was like way up here and one that was like over here. It was crazy. But I realized that she just followed the natural flow of her eyebrow, and that's just what it looked like. So now that's what I'm doing, and if they look like junk, they look like junk. Because I have an eyebrow on this side, but not this side, and so it drives me nuts. Oh, that works so much better. Such a better color. Okay, so I'm also going to use the color Timid, which is this. These are matte shades. I'm also going to use that up here to kind of highlight my eyebrow a little bit. So I'm just using a little bit. I'm just using a funky Walmart brush. It doesn't really matter. You just want some color up there to kind of bring your look together. So, there you go. Next, I do lashes. I need to go faster. I'm going too slow. But it'll be alright. And mine's getting a little old, so it's kind of getting a little chunky. When I pull it out, I just have to kind of like wipe it off at the top. Okay, so let's do this eye first. And I've realized I have lashes. They're just not very long. And they're very, very light. Like, I have dark hair. I don't understand why my lashes and my eyebrows are so light. It's crazy. And I've never had light colored hair. Unless I dyed it. Luckily, my son has my light eyelashes and eyebrows. Because my husband's got like trees on his face. Sorry, it's hard to talk and do mascara. Alright. You can do as many coats as you want of the Epic. I would suggest not going all the way to the base on any additional coats because you don't want it being like clumpy at the bottom. You just want to kind of make them longer than just do the tips. And that works for any mascara. Okay, so now I'm going to do foundation. I'm going to use the liquid foundation. You always want to shake this. This one's a new bottle, so I'm shaking it a little more. Okay, and it has a dropper on the top, which is really handy. We have this nice foundation brush, and I should probably use a different one because this one's dirty, but we're going to go with it. You can also use a powder puff brush. Sometimes I do that. I may do that today. You can put the drops on the brush. It has a little well in the middle. I put it on my face just because I'm crazy. You just want to make sure that if you're doing it on your face that you don't get it on your clothes, because sometimes the dropper will spray, I guess you could say, and it'll get all over you. You'll be like, wait, where did those little dots come from? It was the makeup. Okay, so this you're going to want to just smear all over your face. You're not going to want to like blend it in or anything. You're just going to want to get it all over your face. And it could be streaky. It doesn't matter. You just want to get it on your face. Just get it where you need it. So you're just going to smear it in and not worry if it's streaky. Okay, then you're going to wait a few seconds. This is where I usually come in with powder puff brush because I feel like it blends a little better. This brush leaves hairs all over the place, so I don't like to use it all the time, but then you're just going to start buffing it into your skin. This foundation you want to buff because that's how you're going to get the best coverage. Lightly buff it. Oh, Patrick's waking up. I gotta get faster. And then you can kind of make sure you don't have any streaks or anything, and I don't, but I have little hairs all over my face that I'll get in a minute. Okay, so then I'm going to throw on some blush. This is our pressed powder blush. This is the color Serene. Really pretty color. So I'm just going to get a brush. This is a highlighting brush, but I like to use this because it's pointy and I can do this. So I'm just going to stick this right here really quickly because my child is awake and I got to go get him. So I just put that right there like that. And then throw on, I know I do it backwards, but this is how I do it because I suck at this. So then I'm taking the powder luminizer in the color Lustrous, which is like our third shade. And I'm just going to put it right here. I like to do it after my blush because I'm crazy like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little bit up here. Not a lot because this has shimmer in it, so you don't want a lot. Okay, so there's all that. Let's see if I can get these hairs off. I hate that brush. I love how poofy it is, but good grief. Sorry, y'all. I had to go out of camera for a second to make sure I got all these hairs off. Okay, so then I'm just going to blend that together. Okay, so now we have all that blended. I'm going to use setting powder instead of setting spray, just because I like the effect you get. So I'm going to use the powder concealer brush, and I'm just going to tap, 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 swirl, 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 and then just pat this on. This is going to set everything, and if you pat it on, it won't crease. It's also going to kind of blur everything on your face, which, who couldn't use some blurring? I'm going to kind of buff a little bit right here. Under your eyes, you always want to pat if it's powder, because otherwise it's going to fall into the lines, and nobody wants to have lines under their face. I mean, anywhere on their face, but especially under the eyes. And if you have hair on your face, you're going to want to always go down. I haven't convinced myself that I need to shave my face yet, because one day I will have a beard and I'm not ready for that yet. Okay, so there you go. Didn't take me as long as I thought it would. Okay, so there you go. Usually I don't wear lipstick because I like to kiss my baby. Maybe I'll throw some lipstick on later and take a picture for y'all. Okay? Okay, y'all have a great day. Black Friday deals start tomorrow. What? Get ready. It's going to be early in the morning, and they're going to go fast. So you're going to have to be on top of it. See y'all tomorrow.